nonetheless.
They've had their colours lowered in the last 2 rounds by St Kilda and Melbourne. Today, they played host to Collingwood, who'd won 4 out of their last 5 games, and against the Bulldogs had strung together 14 victories in succession, last going down back in 1976. At the selection table on Thursday, the Scraggers made 6 changes, none of them compulsory. The interesting one, of course, being the re-inclusion of their skipper, Jim Edmund. To stay in touch with the 5, a Footscray win was a must. For the Woods, they were out to consolidate 3rd position on the ladder. At the Western Oval, our commentators today, Sandy Roberts and Bob Skilton, and we pick up the action at the 5-minute mark of the last quarter.
I think if Footscray scored a goal here, it would just about bring the roof down on this stand. There is a shocking pass. Taylor unable to complete the mark. McLean has the opportunity. Good shepherding allows him to get a high kick down towards full forward. Beasley from behind. 1, 2, he's got it! This could be the kick. Simon Beasley. Greg Phillips is not impressed. Simon Beasley has kicked 2. Both of those came in the 3rd term. Been a bit off target today. Not on this occasion. He's goaled, and look out, because the Dogs are starting to bark here at the Western Oval. 11-9 to 11-16 on Sevens Big League as Collingwood make an interchange. Richardson back on the ground and Shaw is off.
Neville Shaw, that is. And it's a real game now as Neville Shaw comes off. 7 points the margin. Footscray fans really urging their team on.
Even the heavyweights. Another new ball is called for. Seven points the margin. And it really has been an extraordinary game. With this breeze blowing down the ground, no side taking advantage. Footscray playing so well in the 1st term and so badly in the 2nd. Centre bounce, done. Down towards McKenna, tried to get a kick away, ineffective. So too was Edmund at centre wing. The opportunity for Abernethy to send them forward, but Socket with courage off the ground. Down towards Royal, can get the handball away, perhaps a little too slow. Wallace shrugs 1 tackle, gets around Abernethy, gives the handball across to Cordy. Brian's kick down towards the half-forward line. No mark taken. Play on is the call as Collingwood come away out of trouble. But will it go out of bounds? I don't think so as the ball spins around. Egan in trouble. Gets the handball across, or the kick away, down towards McPherson. He puts it down towards Sewell. Sewell across to the big fella in Edwards. Edwards finds Jimmy Edmund. He sets sail right across the face of goal, and it goes out of bounds in the left forward pocket.
Yes, Jimmy Edmund would not be pleased with that kick, but nonetheless it's in the forward pocket, and if Footscray can grab it from this throw-in, who knows what could happen. Beasley in the front position. Derek Shaw go to the top. Beasley tries to get it out. It's a hand pass towards McKenna. Now McLean. McLean snaps towards goal. Got it, the goal! 1 point the margin. Lovely goal. Michael McLean, his first, and it's only 1 point with the Dogs really on fire.
So Michael McLean. What a revival, Bob, here on Sevens Big League. At one stage, Footscray looking gone for all money as they trail by more than 6 goals. Now it's just 1 solitary point, and the Footscray chant has gone up. The red, white and blue flags have gone up, and the crowd is alight. Centre bounce once again. Shaw unable to take it away. McKenna the tackler, but was it too high or was he holding it too long? Both, said the umpire, so I'll have a bounce.
Footscray are running hot at the moment, Sandy. They've really got their game going. They're applying the pressure. Collingwood, well, since midway through that 3rd quarter, their game has really fallen apart. Knight gets the hand pass in, punched away by Emmett Dunn. An awkward-looking bounce from McPherson, tapped forward by Barham, and again by Morwood. But Neil Cordy comes on the scene, gathers it well, goes for the short pass, too long for Sewell. Punched away from Edwards, picked up by Williams of Collingwood, tackled and loses possession.
Great play then by Edwards, the big fella to persist, Bobby.
No, it's Alan Edwards, a very unhappy Mark Williams. Edwards kick towards half-forward. Beasley up from behind, can't take the mark. Duperusel tries to burst through. Picked up by McLean, he's tripped and will get the free kick. Michael McLean kicked a great goal just a moment ago. He's within kicking distance. He does have the aid of the breeze. He'll aim at the right-hand goal post. And the youngster from Darwin is Beasley. Royal calling for it, but McLean goes back. Will not make the distance. Into the square it comes. Beasley cannot take the mark. Over the back we find Taylor. Taylor of Collingwood drives a long kick out, looking for Tony Shaw, and he takes the mark wide on the half-back flank. 1
point the difference, favouring Collingwood. Shaw goes up towards the centre wing area. Banks under plenty of pressure. The football goes over the line. And so a throw-in to take place in front of the Footscray coach's box. Mickey Malthouse might be looking quite as unhappy as he was earlier on in the game. There is the man in question. Well, he's not as unhappy, but he's very tense. A courageous mark taken by Graham Allen just forward of centre. The Woods need a steadier, and they need it badly. 16 kicks to Allen. It's called play on. Goes out wide to Tony Shaw. Hardly direct football. Shaw swings back into the middle. Not a good kick, but the mark taken by Moore. Very casual in his approach. So many brilliant footballers have that particular trait. Morwood going deep into the forward zone. No one waiting down for Collingwood. Shaw is the late tackler. Hawkins taps the ball forward cleverly. Wallace will provide the shepherding work. Dougie Hawkins can't quite pick the football up, and we see him eventually put it over towards Emmett Dunn. He gets clobbered, goes to ground. The umpire sensibly is letting play go on. Now Tony Shaw in trouble. Short passes to Morwood. And the crowd here of 25,618 not missing one kick at the moment.
So Shane Morwood from centre half forward. 45 metres out, directly in front. But he is kicking into the breeze. A kick from Morwood. Will it make the distance? I feel not. Touched on the... There's a goal! 1 goal to Shane Morwood. And what a goal for Collingwood. So it's 7 points the margin once again, and little Tony Shaw in the thick of things with a lovely pass as Dennis Banks comes off the ground. David Cloak back on for Collingwood.
So that was the one they wanted. It gives them a little bit of breathing space, but is it enough? 7 points the margin. Centre bounce. His umpire Wood or Hood. Puts the play in onto action once again. No one able to take it away, but Hood's picked out a free kick. Purser is standing by to come back onto the ground for the Dogs. Hawkins attempting to kick the leather off that. Duperuzal gets underneath it and takes the mark. Play on, he's got Sewell waiting down in the square. Down goes Sewell. Can he get there? He's got it! Jimmy Sewell, going to name as a class forward. There's 1 goal to his credit. And listen to the Footscray fans as umpire Bryant brings him round on an angle so acute. 7 points the margin. Sewell has 1 goal to his credit. And how would you like to kick from there? Right on the boundary line, 10 metres from the behind post. We'll use the banana, uses a drop punt, and registers 1 behind only. So 1 straight kick the difference. Jim Sewell's contribution is 1 goal 2 out of Footscray's tally of 12 goals 10.
Plenty of time left in this quarter, Sandy. We're only 14 minutes into the term. So we see Ronnie Richards and John Cale. A very concerned pair of selectors, or a selector and coach. You're still a selector if you're a coach. Peter McCormick to the outer side of the ground. Favours the drop punt. Up high, Phillips couldn't quite take the mark. Raines trying to get the ball out for Collingwood. So too McKenna for Footscray, and umpire Bryant elects to have a bounce on the half-forward line for Footscray. At the bounce, Derek Shaw, Alan Edwards. Shaw gets the tap. Almost picked up there by Hawkins, but we find Abernathy coming out with it. Goes for the long kick in towards the centre. McPherson and Barham. Barham called on, play on by the umpire. Barham was looking for the mark, but umpire Hood was saying no mark, touched by both players, and so a bounce to take place. Very unhappy Ricky Barham. Will not help. It'll be a bounce to take place. Kennedy picks it out of the centre, goes straight towards Pope. Was called play on by the umpire. Puts it wide, and the mark's taken out there by Derek Shaw. Woodhall ignores Woodhall and finds Tony Shaw. Tony Shaw steadying play down.
18 kicks so far, Bobby.
10 hand passes to boot.
It's been a good day for him again. One of the great tries for this Collingwood side as he puts in a long punt to the square. Woodhall goes up. Shaw has goal. That's Derek Shaw. His first, and Collingwood have a 12-point break on 7.
Back to the Western Oval now, and we're some 20 minutes into the final quarter.
Toomey gives it to Tony Shaw. Comes across the ground to Knight. Now he's got Phillips, or he can go the other way to Rains. It's the latter he chooses. Up towards Barham on a half-forward line. The racehorse will be on the left foot if he ever swings round. He does. Now he's away, doing a Mickey Conlon, paddling the ball in front. He almost scored.
Free kick to Barham.
Oh! 15-2, I think.
It is a 15-metre penalty. There's no worries about that, Sandy.
Well, we'll wait till they sort themselves out. Barham goes
and
back.
The pencil coming out, Sandy.
Yes. It would appear as though a report has been made by the boundary umpire. So Ricky Barham, a chance to put the Woods 18 points clear. And it's certainly not a winning margin in this game. He goes right across the face of goal and registers 1 point only. So 13 points the difference on Seven's big league, and Rick not overly happy.
Still a vital point, Sandy, because a long kick. And he'll have to come back, because I feel that the goal umpire had not finished waving the flags before Kellett had kicked the ball out. So we find 82 points to 95, but there is some concern, Sandy, that we may be 1 point out. But, that's a point in favour of Collingwood anyway, so it's still 3 scoring shots at least that Footscray need to get. Punched away by the big fellow Edwards. Picked up by Hawkins. A lovely hand pass to Wallace. Wallace coming through the centre across to McPherson. An awkward bounce from McPherson, and Barham comes on the scene. Taps it forward. Hand passes forward again. Can it bounce up for Barham? Does. The left foot kick around towards the boundary line. Edmund just gets there first, though. The hand pass doesn't go over the top of Toomey. Toomey has no chance of getting clear, and the free kick will go the way of Jimmy Edmund.
So Edmund from the half-forward line to put Footscray into attack. Just over 22 minutes played in this final term. He goes short. Duperuzal now with a longer kick up towards full forward. Beasley falls at the critical stage, and the ball goes out of bounds for a throw-in Footscray's right forward pocket. Has time run out for the Dogs as Beasley sends out the word. Here's the throw-in. Sewell, cloak over the top, gaining 5 or 6 metres away from that scoring zone for another throw-in to take place. 22.5 minutes have elapsed. Still time for the Dogs if they're good enough. Edwards over the top, but straight to Murray Brown, who had a horrifying first term. Brown's kick going towards centre half back. Wallace got a bad bounce. Hawkins is there, taps it beautifully back. Now the handball across to Kennedy. Steadies, shoots towards goal. Here we go again. The game's alight as he goals, and the Dogs are back in business on Seven's big lead.
23 minutes have gone in this final term, and it's 88 to 95 as Mike Richardson comes off the ground. Neville Shaw will be the player to come back onto the ground for Collingwood. 7 points to margin, probably about 7 minutes or 8 minutes of football left in this game. McKenna, the big punch out of the centre. Edmund takes it, dispossessed, it's tapped back, picked up by Royal. Royal under pressure, but gets the boot towards centre half forward. Sewell, can he take it? It's tapped away by Allen. Kicked off the ground by Barham. Into the centre, Gary Shaw. It's punched away by Purser. Picked up by Williams. Williams goes wide where he finds Abernathy. Abernathy steadying play down. Bruce Abernathy, midway between centre wing and centre of the ground, puts a high kick. It's a long one. Scott Knight in the front position takes the mark. So it's Knight of Collingwood. Short of the half-forward line. Knight's kick dropping short. Neil Cordy in the front position. I thought it could have been paid the mark. It's picked up by Woodhall. Under pressure though from Egan. Over the top now we find Gary Shaw coming in. Gets the hand pass down wide. It's tapped on. It's all Footscray as Wallace picks it up with a hand pass to Brian Cordy. Brian Cordy in towards the centre. Cloak's there, but he's beaten forward by Edmund, who plays on straight away. Edmund down towards centre half forward. Can Sewell take it this time? He does! And Sewell from centre half forward puts it wide. Duberouz all a chance to run into the open goal. Touches it on the ground. A goal coming up as Duberouz puts it through the centre. And it's 1 point between the sides. 1 goal to Duberouz. And it's Footscray, 14-10 to Collingwood, 13-17, 94 to 95. The clock about to tick around to 25 minutes. Time on left to play. 1 point the margin between the sides. David Cloak against Andrew Purser. Purser gets it down, taken by Royal. He's dispossessed of the ball. Williams takes it, but it must be a bounce. And so a bounce about 5 metres closer to the Footscray goal than the centre circle. Still Cloak and Purser. A big number of players around the bounce. Goes towards Purser. The backhanded punch picked up by Royal. Royal towards Duberouz. Can't take the mark. It's brought to ground. Toomey gets the hand pass in. Allen puts the ball wide over the head of Phillips. Barham comes on the scene. Phillips takes it, puts the hand pass wide to Barham. He should have given it on to Phillips, but under a bit of pressure now. Puts the ball short towards Neville Shaw. A left foot kick from Neville Shaw towards half forward. Cordy from behind patches it away. Thumped on again by Williams. Raines tapping the ball forward. Egan came through, couldn't take possession. It's stumped out by Kennedy. Picked up by David Cloak. He loses possession. Neville Shaw of Collingwood now. A fresh air shot as he's tackled. Morland gets it through to Tony Shaw. On now to Taylor. Collingwood go forward from the boot of Michael Taylor. And a lovely mark by Doug Hawkins. The hand pass out wide to Neil Cordy. The Bulldogs still with a chance as Neil Cordy from the half-back line towards centre wing. Edmund coming up. Can't take the mark. Phillips gets the hand pass into Barham. Barham with a left foot kick towards half forward. From behind, Knight can't take the mark. Gives away a free kick for pushing the back. And Footscray will go forward. This time with the aid of a free kick to Neil Cordy. Neil Cordy taking too long to get rid of the ball. The clock ticking away from a Footscray point of view as Cordy goes towards the wing. Mark Williams in position and he takes the mark. 27 minutes about to come around as Mark Williams deliberately taking his time. He'll probably keep the ball wide. Goes to the half-forward flank. Purser in position, takes the mark for Footscray. Hand passes to Neil Cordy. A hand pass once again. Royal comes in, slips at the vital moment, loses possession. Barham's there for Collingwood, can't gain possession, and gets a push in the back. Push in the back to Ricky Barham. He's wide on the half-forward flank, just inside the boundary line. And once again, taking his time. So Barham, I'm sure we'll go for the long kick. Put it up into the forward area. A lovely kick from Barham. The spirally torpedo punt kick at the back of the pack. Williams trying to force the ball through. McKenna dives in, and there's a free kick going the way of Footscray as we find McKenna to take the kick. McKenna in the last line of defence. 15 metres against Woodhall. The long hand pass to Kellett. That's Woodhall's man. Kellett through to centre half-back. The long kick down the ground. Cloak in the front position. But Duberouz on it to take the mark. Puts it down, hoping for Beasley in the front position. It's over the back. Picked up now by Allen. Allen drives the ball long where Barham's on his own. He'll take it out wide. Half-back flank. And Barham once again steadies play up for Collingwood. Ricky Barham towards centre wing. Purser from behind, can't take the mark, but gets good support from McKenna. Gets through, smothered well by Morwood, picked up by Purser towards half forward. McPherson up, takes a lovely mark. Rod McPherson on half forward flank. 28.5 minutes have gone as he gets it to Royal. Royal's kick, not a good one, but it's down into that last line as Cloak tries to force it out. Out towards Allen. Allen got a push in the back and will take the resultant free kick. Graham Allen was looking to the other side of the ground. In fact, will go across goal. Beasley! Poor play by Allen, and Beasley has the chance of putting the Dogs in front. Edmund saying to Allen what a ridiculous piece of play it was. And Simon Beasley, the chance of being a hero for Footscray. Beasley with 3 goals, 3 to his credit. He's directly in front, only 20 metres out. Even if his kick's astray, it'll square the scores up, but I'm sure from this position there is some doubt about the score as Phillips is in the hands of the trainers. And Collingwood may have thrown this one away as Beasley now from directly in front puts the Dogs in front. 4 goals to Simon Beasley. Mickey Malthouse not showing any emotion at this stage. And there's the siren. Footscray running out winners. The final score, Footscray 15-10. 100 as Malthouse and Alex Gardner embrace. Footscray 15-10, 100 points, 5 points winners over Collingwood, 13-17, 95.
An amazing match, an amazing finish. The Bulldogs by 5 points after Collingwood led by 29 points at half-time. For Footscray, Simon Beasley, their match winner, got the goal on the siren. He finished up with 4 goals, and for Collingwood, Woodall was their main contributor there, and he finished up with 3. In the stats department, the Magpies came out on top in a number of them. They had 6 more marks, 23 more handballs, and 9 more shots at goal.